for precautionary basis, we're locking down the area and doing all necessary searches so we can be completely confident everyone is safe.
State have claimed responsibility for the attacks on Wednesday. He's been known to MI5 for a fair few years, as he's British born, but they didn't consider it a
terrorist attack.
Yeah, it has been confirmed now, though.
Okay, and how have other countries reacted to this?
The Eiffel Tower went dark at midnight to show their solidarity with the UK, considering the Paris attacks that happened a year ago.
Now, was it a surprise to you considering the current political climate?
Me personally, it is a surprise because it is so close to home. People watch things on the news and they don't realise that it could happen anywhere at any time. So it is a bit of a shock, but obviously people in London are quite robust, so they will bounce back from it.
Now, on social media, people are having a lot of problems with the victims having the picture taken and stuff as a sign of disrespect. What was your stance on it?
I think it is quite disrespectful because it's, at the end of the day, it's someone that has, when you're in that situation, you expect a reasonable amount of privacy. So for people to be sharing these images on social media, it is, for the families that are involved as well, it's quite disrespectful, and it's not really something they want all over social media and the news being replayed everywhere for them to have a constant reminder of what's happened.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. Now, Met Police urges anyone worried about friends and family to call its Casualty Bureau on 0800 056 094 or 020 7158 0010. Some of the students from Salford University went to Urmston Grammar School to help teach the pupils on how to produce newsdays for the media.
BBC School Report here at Urmston Grammar.
Hi, I'm Lewis and here are your top headlines for today.
Last Thursday was the 11th annual BBC School Report Newsday, where over 900 secondary schools up and down the UK got a hands-on experience of what a newsday is really like, by working alongside professionals to produce their very own news reports.
I think they'll get the opportunity to work with one another because they aren't necessarily all in the same class or even in the same year group, and they've also had the opportunity to work with lots of adults from the real world, adults that they don't normally get to work with, and I think that's a great opportunity. Obviously journalistic skills, broadcasting skills, and all of the things that they need to know in order to make a really good article for broadcast on television or just perhaps to print on our school website.
Keys News' very own students also went along for the day to give a hand at helping the children to film vox pops, packages and Pista cameras. The children also discussed what the benefits of the School Report Day have been and how they hope it will influence their future.
Trip was announced in December and it sounded really fun. It's like something I want to do when I'm older.
I wanted to do it because it's like a good experience and again, it's something I want to do when I'm older.
I think that doing School Report Day will help me to choose what I want to do in the future and help me with my GCSE choices.
Well, I think I like to be a journalist because I do like writing and I love English, and also I do like law as well, so if I could like do something in both of them, then that would be good.
And do you think today will affect the choices that you pick for subjects?
It's been a really busy day here at Urmston Grammar School for these students who spent their morning creating TV bulletin and online articles, all for BBC School Report Day. Which is space, these could be our budding journalists of the future. Francesca Eagleton, reporting from BBC News.
Yesterday, Varsity took over Salford yesterday as the university hosted Chester to compete in 20 sports. We have Nathan Salt, our sports correspondent, to tell us more. Now, how was it?
Oh, it was an amazing occasion. Every year we go head to head with Chester, and it was just an amazing day because we went on and won. I was there covering a lot of the events, the futsal, and just the atmosphere was really, really electric, I thought, across all the sports.
What would you say was the highlight of yesterday?
For me, it was the women's basketball. I mean, they just absolutely took Chester apart, and it was a real class performance. I thought that was just amazing, and there was such a good buzz with Hannah Russell, Salford's very own Olympic athlete. She was there in support, so it was just a great moment, that one.
How much do you think it means to the university winning it?
Massively. I mean, there was a lot of thinking that we wouldn't win the cheerleading, and when that got announced that we'd won the overall competition, everyone was really, really emotional and quite happy because a lot of work really goes into the event, so winning it was just a big achievement in university sport.
That's great. Well, thanks a lot, Nathan. Cheers. Now over to our reporter Doug, who went to Salford FC, who went to find out about the latest developments at the club.
Of Salford City FC here at Moor Lane is already beginning to take shape, and with a hugely successful documentary, 2 successive promotions, and recent news of Anthony Johnston and Bernard Morley, the joint managers here, of a 2-year contract beginning on July the 1st.
Goes long though, looking for Nottingham. Nottingham went it, Grant
with ideas only first being talked about last October,
flicks the header on for
and
Jordan Hume,
plans
taking on
approved
Quinn
in
gets
December,
money cross, but Hume's in onto his
with
left
talk
foot.
of players
Hume
being
saves
offered
it!
full-time contracts. This is a club well and truly going places. This is Doug Roworth for Keys News.
I went to the latest WCPW wrestling event to check out their pay-per-view event as part of their new UK tour. The Manchester crowd were on their feet throughout the evening of high-flying and hard-hitting action. Fan favourites and arguably the best tag team in the world right now, the Young Bucks, spoke about their experience.
How does it feel to be wrestling in England? Great. You know what, this was our first time at One Culture, and it was awesome. We're pretty jet-lagged, tired. We had PWG 2 days ago, but the crowd gave us a great reaction. It was pretty awesome. It was a hot crowd. I can't wait for tomorrow. Yeah, I want to come back already, so hopefully we'll come back soon. So.
How does it compare to wrestling to Japan? Because obviously in Japan the crowds are notoriously quiet.
Right.
Do you prefer drawing energy from a hot crowd like that?
Of course. Yeah, there's towns in Japan that are hot too, like Tokyo and Osaka specifically. They're 2 good ones. But yeah, traditionally it's a little bit quieter. Japan, you got to warm up the crowd, so the match you have to go like this. It was already here, so it was like easy peasy. So of course I'm always going to want a hotter crowd.
Zara was at Chill Factor this morning to give a special report on the weather.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm not in the usual Salford Keys spot. Instead, I'm in the snow to give you today's weather report. Whew. So, although this week we may have seen the first day of spring, certainly northern parts of England did see snow. But I'm here to say that sunny spells will be upon us this weekend, but it will be chilly in the nights, so make sure you wrap up warm. Back to you in the studio.
In entertainment news, local legend Ted Robbins has announced that he has a new show coming up every Friday on BBC Radio Manchester. The show has already included some celebrity guests and will be between 3 to 6 to start the weekend off. Our reporter Isaac Beach got the chance to talk to Ted about what to expect from the show.
Isaac Beach here with Ted Robbins, the man who's, well, you've done everything, haven't you? A very illustrious career. Tell me a little bit about your new show on Radio Manchester, what people can expect from it.
Well, I've been asked to do the Friday drive time, Isaac, on BBC Radio Manchester, 3 till 6. It's a kind of weekend starts here show. Chelsea Norris does Monday to Thursday, sorry, and I come in Fridays and get things going. It's quite nice because it finishes at 6 o'clock and then I can step over and have a glass of shandy with my guests. Yeah, we've already started and I've had some great star guests. You know, Peter Kay kicked us off. Just pick that name up. Yeah. I'm keeping the Phoenix Nights theme going because Paddy McGuinness was on it, but I've got people like Nicky Campbell from 5 Live BBC coming on, and lots of my friends that I've acquired over the years, or people whose phone number I've got.
Now, the weather report didn't actually go as planned, as Zara actually had a little accident on the way.
It's spring this week, but northern parts of England had signs of snow. I'm here to say that this weekend will be sunny spells and slightly chilly. I'm going to injure myself. Now, although this week it may have been the first day of spring, I messed up! Oh no. Oh my God.
Okay, now we have Zara Connolly to talk about that experience.
Well, yeah, it was quite a different experience with the weather at Show Factory. They're really nice to let us use the actual car. Not that I can ski. That was one thing to notice.
Now it's summertime, so why are we involved in snow sports during this time of year?
Although it was, the first day of spring this week, one thing that I thought was that you had to keep notice of the fact that people were shocked at how cold the weather is at the minute. And as well as that, there was a lot of snow across northern England, especially over across in Yorkshire. So we thought, to the people who didn't get snow here, let's bring snow to them in a kind of weird and quirky way.
Would you recommend it to anyone locally, Chill Factor?
Definitely. I mean, for me personally, I can't ski, but I thought it was something that was quite fun, especially doing the little sledging down that slope. And they also have downhill donuts, it's called, where you can go down at like a really high speed and there's all that different bumps. So you kind of go flying, that kind of thing.
Is there anything new launching in terms of what's going on there?
Yeah, well, one thing is, if the viewers notice that I went down on a one-person sledge, they're actually bringing out family ones, which is going to be a double person. So that way you can go down with your friends, and it's actually quite more fun and entertaining, especially if you've seen me the way I went flying. You can go flying with with two people instead.
No, I'm sure you do better than me. I've never been skiing before, but I'd love to try it out there sometime, sure.
Yeah, definitely. But if you're as clumsy as I am, then you're gonna get yourself hurt. But it was fun being hurt. I have to say that one.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. In terms of what else is available there?
Oh, well, one thing that is to take notice of, they're having freestyle events where they get like snowboarders and skiers and they go down the slope and they do slalom courses as well. So within that, you can have races with your friends as well. They also do a lot of school activities, so schools can get involved and get their schools to go there and get involved in all the freestyle courses, which you can get certificates for as well, and training courses.
Okay, cool.
And more so, as well as that, they have a lift path, so it's quite a high slope, and it's one of the highest ones in Britain. So it's good as well. If you can't afford to go on any of the big ski slopes, then it's also good to go to Chill Factor that way.
Okay, thanks a lot for your time, Zara. And you can follow us on at Keys News on Twitter and on Instagram. Thanks a lot for listening to the show, and have a great weekend. Jesus.